The African Rift Valley, a continent divided, the East African Rift Valley. It's a giant crack across Africa, a scar made by the Earth itself. This isn't just a valley, it's a rift, a place where Africa is being torn apart. The African continent as we know it is changing. Hidden forces are pulling it apart. This is the story of that separation, a geological drama that has been happening for millions of years. It's a story of fire, of fury, and of the amazing power of our planet. The East African Rift Valley stretches over 6,000 kilometers, that's longer than driving across the entire United States. It runs from the Red Sea in the north all the way down to Mozambique in the south. Along the way we find amazing geological wonders. Towering volcanoes, deep lakes that shimmer in the sun, and huge plains full of life. This is a place of extremes. A place where life survives on the edge of creation. A place where the future of a continent is uncertain. To understand the East African Rift, we have to go below the surface. We have to travel to the center of our planet, where a slow, never-ending dance is happening. The Earth's outer shell, called the lithosphere, isn't one solid piece. It's broken up into giant plates that fit together like a giant jigsaw puzzle. These plates are always moving, pushed by the heat from the Earth's core. The plates move very slowly, about as fast as your fingernails grow. But over millions of years, these tiny movements can cause big changes. They can create mountains, they can cause earthquakes, and they can even split continents apart. The East African Rift is a perfect example of this continental rifting. Here, two tectonic plates called the Nubian and the Somali are moving away from each other. As they separate, the land in between is being stretched and thinned, creating the Rift Valley. This process is not always smooth. As the plates pull apart, the Earth's crust cracks and breaks. Magma, which is melted rock from deep inside the Earth, rises up through these cracks, creating volcanoes and causing earthquakes. The East African Rift is like a giant science experiment. It gives scientists a special chance to study the forces that shape our planet. The East African Rift system isn't just one long crack. It's actually made up of two main branches, the Eastern Rift Valley and the Western Rift Valley. The Eastern Rift Valley goes through Ethiopia, Kenya, and Tanzania. It's known for its wide, open valleys and its towering volcanoes, including Mount Kilimanjaro, the tallest mountain in Africa. The Western Rift Valley, on the other hand, is narrower and deeper. It runs through Uganda, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda, Burundi, and Tanzania. It has some of the deepest lakes in Africa, including Lake Tanganyika, the second deepest lake in the world. These two branches of the rift are connected by a complicated network of faults and fractures, like cracks in the Earth's skin. They are also both volcanically active, with many volcanoes along their lengths. The differences between the Eastern and Western Rift Valleys are because of the different ways the tectonic plates are pulling apart in these regions. In the Eastern Rift, the plates are separating relatively quickly and evenly. This has created wide, open valleys. In the Western Rift, the plates are pulling apart more slowly and unevenly. This has created narrower, deeper valleys and more volcanic activity. Volcanoes are a defining feature of the East African Rift Valley. They show the immense heat and pressure that lie beneath the Earth's surface. The Rift Valley has a variety of volcanoes, from towering stratovolcanoes like Mount Kilimanjaro to smaller cinder cones. Some of these volcanoes are active, while others have been quiet for centuries. The most active volcano in the Rift Valley is Mount Nyiragongo, located in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Nyiragongo is known for its massive lava lake, which sometimes overflows, threatening nearby communities. Another notable volcano is Old Doinyo Lengai in Tanzania. Lengai is unique because it erupts a special type of lava called carbonatite lava. This lava is much cooler and less sticky than typical lava, and it flows like black mud. The volcanoes of the East African Rift Valley remind us of the dynamic nature of our planet. They are a source of both beauty and danger. The East African Rift Valley is a window into the future. It shows us what can happen when continents break apart. The process of continental rifting is very slow, taking millions of years. But we can already see evidence of Africa's future separation. The Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden are examples of early-stage rifting. These bodies of water were once dry land, but they were flooded by seawater as the African plate began to pull away from the Arabian plate. In the future, the East African Rift Valley will likely follow a similar path. As the rift widens, it will eventually be flooded by seawater, creating a new ocean. This new ocean will divide Africa into two separate continents. The smaller continent, called the Somali Plate, will consist of present-day Somalia, Ethiopia, Kenya, and parts of Tanzania. The formation of this new ocean will dramatically impact the geography, climate, and ecosystems of Africa. It will also significantly affect the people living in the region. Despite the harsh conditions, the East African Rift Valley is teeming with life. It's home to a unique collection of plants and animals that have adapted to living in this challenging environment. The Rift Valley's lakes are especially rich in biodiversity. Lake Tanganyika, for example, is home to over 300 species of fish, many found nowhere else on Earth. The Rift Valley also boasts some of Africa's most iconic mammals, including elephants, lions, leopards, cheetahs, and zebras. These animals thrive in the Rift Valley's diverse habitats, which range from grasslands and savannas to forests and mountains. The East African Rift Valley is a testament to the resilience of life, showing us that even in the most extreme environments, life finds a way. The East African Rift Valley is a dynamic and ever-changing landscape. The forces that created the rift are still at work today, slowly reshaping the face of Africa. In the future, the Rift Valley will likely continue to widen and deepen. Volcanic activity will continue to shape the landscape, creating new mountains and lakes. The formation of a new ocean will profoundly impact the region. It will create new coastlines, new islands, and new opportunities for life to evolve. The East African Rift Valley reminds us that our planet is constantly changing. It is a place where we can witness the awesome power of geological forces and the remarkable resilience of life. It is a place that continues to inspire wonder and awe in all who visit it.